there's everyone's favorite. Negative exponents. So far, all the exponents that we've looked at were all positive, or the last case was 0. But what about negative exponents? So, x to the negative n is defined to be, we just take the reciprocal. Okay, x is, if we consider that as a fraction, what does it look like? X over 1 to the negative n, right? X is just x over 1, same thing. Then what do we do with the negative exponent? We want to reciprocate the base. So this is going to be 1 over x to the n. Just flip the base. And to simplify this, this could be 1 over x to the n. So what ended up happening here? So let's look, x to the negative n. The negative exponent did what to the x? It sent it to the bottom of the fraction, right? So that's kind of the rule that we want to keep in mind. Let's do some examples. 3 to the negative 2. What's that? Not 1/6. So let's use our rule. What do? This is, what's our base? 3. And then our rule over here says we write 1 over, now the base in the rule is x, but in our case it's 3, so it's going to be 3. And then my n in my case is what? What's that? Yeah, now it's going to be positive. Positive 2. Now what is 3 squared? So that's 1/9. Any questions? Am I going too fast, too slow? Let's do another example. Negative 3 to the negative 3rd power. What's my base in this case? Negative 3. I've got to remember my base includes that negative in this case. Using my rule, I'm going to write 1 over, my base is negative 3, and then my exponent is cubed, so I just drop the negative sign, that's going to be that, right? Now what is that on the bottom? That's negative 3 times a negative 3 times a negative 3, and this is equal to, well, negative 3 times negative 3 is what? Positive 9, and then a 9 times a negative 3 is a negative 27. So you have to be very careful by identifying what is your base, what is your exponent, what does the negative mean for the base, what does the negative mean for the exponent. Okay, just takes lots of practice. There's going to be several problems for homework in this section, just because it's they're sort of simple, but they can be tricky, if you know what I mean. Let's look at 12h to the negative 2. Be careful here in identifying the base for this negative exponent. I don't have parentheses. So what's my base for the exponent? Not 12h, because I don't have parentheses here. Just the h. Okay, so this is 12 times h to the negative 2. And you see how, I'll do another example in a second. Maybe it'll be a little bit more clear. Using my rule, what is this h to the negative 2 going to be? 12 over h squared. Okay, good. Let's look at one more similar example. 12h squared. Now what's my base, or to the negative 2? Now what's my base? Now the 12 is part of my base. See the difference in these two examples. Okay? This is going to end up being 1 over 144h squared. Okay, so a little different. When you approach these problems,